news, several breaking stories as we come on. North Korea's major nuclear test, announcing they've successfully detonated a hydrogen bomb. The force registering as a 6.3 earthquake, more powerful than the atomic bombs in World War II. How will President Trump respond? Also breaking, the new hurricane threat, Irma, a Category 3 and gaining steam. Will this storm impact the East Coast? Cities in crisis, new evacuations ordered in parts of Houston, houses still under several feet of water, and in one city, lines just to get fresh drinking water. LA's biggest fire, hundreds of residents told to get out, a state of emergency just declared. And in Oregon, more than 100 hikers trapped by wildfires on both sides. Plus, the gas price surge as millions of Americans hit the roads this holiday weekend, why prices will continue to climb.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with breaking news. The most powerful military act by Kim Jong-un ever. The president calling it a major nuclear test. President Trump and the First Lady departing church today, asked if he will attack North Korea, telling reporters, quote, "We'll see," before meeting with top national security advisors. The test reported as a success on North Korean state television, this time involving what they say is a hydrogen bomb that could be mounted onto an ICBM more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped by the U.S. in World War II. The blast cheered in the streets of North Korea, you see it there, but met with swift global condemnation. And now, after once saying North Korea would be met with, quote, fire and fury, the White House facing new questions about how they'll respond. ABC's David Curley starts our coverage from the White House.
Just hours after showing off what was said to be a hydrogen bomb capable of fitting on an intercontinental missile, seismographs start dancing from this remote site, an underground North Korean nuclear test shaking the earth. The North claimed its sixth nuclear test was, quote, a perfect success, but this was its first, much more powerful hydrogen bomb test. Cheers greeted the announcement in Pyongyang, South Korea believing that the test suggests a bomb 4 to 5 times more powerful than the one that hit Nagasaki. Kim Jong-un's provocative move met with the stern response from President Trump, calling North Korea hostile and dangerous.
Mr. President, will you attack North Korea?
A month ago, the president threatened North Korea with military action.
They will be met with fire and fury.
But just a week and a half ago, saying that statement wasn't strong enough, he suggested Kim was starting to respect the U.S. A different message just hours ago. Defense Secretary James Mattis, emerging from a meeting with the president, was blunt.
Any threat to the United States or its territories, including Guam, or our allies, will be met with a massive military response, a response both effective and overwhelming.
But the defense secretary also messaged North Korea that the U.S. is not seeking hostilities.
We are not looking to the total annihilation of a country, namely North Korea. But as I said, we have many options to do so.
In his first Twitter response this morning, the president also went after South Korea, warning the U.S. ally that, quote, their talk of appeasement with North Korea will not work. They only understand one thing. Mr. Trump did not say exactly what that thing is.
People need to cut off North Korea economically. This is unacceptable behavior.
And David Curley joins us live from the White House, and word just coming in that South Korea is now holding major military drills in response to the nuclear test?
Live fire drills, actually, using F-15 jets and a missile, simulating as if they were going to attack the North Korean nuclear site. And Tom, the White House has just told us that the president has been speaking with the Prime Minister of Japan on the phone about this latest test.
David Curley with the new developments tonight. David, thank you. And as questions mount about the White House response, China, Japan, and South Korea all on edge. Here's ABC's Ian Pannell.
This nuclear test was so powerful it triggered an earthquake felt from Russia to China. But tonight it's the political aftershocks shaking the world. North Korea's main trading partner, China, warning it to stop taking erroneous actions that deteriorate the situation. Russia also condemning the test, calling for immediate dialogue and negotiations. And South Korea says its President Moon will speak with Donald Trump about ways to deploy what he called the strongest strategic assets.
The South Korean president seems to be signaling that he's going to ask the United States to reintroduce U.S. tactical nuclear weapons, air-delivered smaller nuclear weapons onto the Korean peninsula.
Earlier this summer, North Korea proved it has missiles that could hit the U.S. mainland. Analysts concluding they've made a miniaturized warhead that can fit inside. Intelligence officials are worried the North is moving so fast it could have a nuclear-tipped missile capable of hitting the U.S. as early as next year. There are no good options of how to deal with the threat.
The whole world is really out of any military option in North Korea. The only thing really left is economic pressure, political pressure, diplomatic pressure to China to throttle back the North Korean program. But Kim Jong-un will never give up his nuclear weapons.
A preemptive strike by America could have catastrophic results, igniting a war, putting millions of people and tens of thousands of U.S. troops in immediate danger.
In some ways, Kim Jong-un's tactics are winning by simply limiting what options the administration has. But there's no mistaking that tonight, what was already a crisis has just got worse. Tom.
Ian, panel for us tonight. Ian, thank you. Now to the new hurricane threat that could impact the East Coast. Hurricane Irma now churning across the Atlantic as a Category 3 storm. The first watches just issued in the Caribbean. Meteorologist Cheryl Scott joins us from our ABC station WLS in Chicago. Cheryl, where is this headed?
Oh, we have to keep a close eye on this. It's going to continue to trek its way to the west. It's going to impact portions of the Leeward Islands. We already have hurricane watches in place. As we take a look at the map right now, located about 790 miles still east of the Leeward Islands, winds up to 115 miles per hour. This will continue moving west, impacting islands such as Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, the Bahamas, and intensifying to Category 4 strength by Thursday into Friday. Now the long-range models, this is what we need to pay close attention to. You can see them veering closer to Florida and the Carolinas, still 6 to 8 days out from impacting the U.S., but anywhere from Florida up to the mid-Atlantic needs to pay close attention to this storm.
We'll keep a close eye on that track. All right, Cheryl, thank you. Next to Hurricane Harvey's wake, as the crisis continues in some of the hardest hit areas. New footage today showing the ongoing flood situation in Houston. So dangerous in some areas, residents are facing new mandatory evacuations. And in homes no longer underwater, residents rummaging through personal items to see what, if anything, can be salvaged. The situation remains volatile tonight, with many still in need of help. ABC's Victor Oquendo is in Houston.
A life-threatening emergency in West Houston tonight. Hundreds in flooded homes now under new mandatory evacuation orders. The controlled release of 2 major reservoirs expected to raise water levels even higher.
If you got water in your home, I'm requiring you to evacuate.
Jessica Castro Paredes fled her home on Monday. This is it before. Tonight, it's flooded.
We just don't know when it's going to end and how it's going to end.
Officials now cutting power to thousands to reduce the danger from electrocution. We followed one team on a high water rescue operation.
We're in the Bear Creek Village neighborhood in West Houston. Some spots here still under 5 feet of water. We're riding along in a high water rescue vehicle, making sure that there's no looting going on and checking to see if anybody else needs to be rescued.
Cars submerged, their roofs damaged by boat propellers. Residents here being told the water won't recede for weeks.
What's your house like now?
Probably had 7 foot of water, total devastation.
And tonight, that chemical plant just outside Houston in danger of more explosions. The cooling system broken, nothing preventing other reactors from overheating. Throughout this disaster, acts of kindness on display. Academy Sporting Goods opening its doors to more than 1,000 rescuers.
What are you building?
President Trump and First Lady Melania back in Texas for the second time this week, this time connecting with Houston families displaced in the disaster.
As tough as this was, it's been a wonderful thing. I think even for the country to watch and for the world to watch. It's been beautiful.
And today, a national day of prayer. The people of Texas healing with hope.
And Victor Oquendo joins us now live. Victor, in some cases, I know people refuse to leave. What's going to happen to them?
Tom, many people have chosen to ride this out at home, and for them, life will only get more difficult. Part of the reason they've decided to cut the power, officials hope this will encourage them to get out. Tom?
Victor Okenda, who's been reporting the last week from that region. All right, Victor, thank you. And among the communities hardest hit by Harvey, Beaumont, Texas, where drinking water remains scarce. Many residents continuing to line up for hours to get 3 gallons of water per car. This as the city tries to fix pumps destroyed by the historic storm. ABC's Kenneth Moten reporting from Beaumont tonight.
Tonight, the entire Texas city of Beaumont still without drinking water.
They still can't drink the water. They can't cook with this water.
Nearly 120,000 residents surviving the wrath of Harvey, now dependent on bottled water. The active military operation is still ongoing in this area. Large pallets of drinking water brought in on the Chinook and dropped at shelters and different points where people can actually get to this water. At the city's distribution centers, a long line of vehicles, 3 gallons of water per car. Inside this home,
that's it. That's what we're getting.
Tracy Pearson thankful to see this. For the first time in 4 days, steady running water. Thanks to temporary pumps, water is flowing. It's low pressure and not safe to drink, but it's there.
It's water. You have to be thankful for whatever you get.
Now, the city is waiting on the flooded Neches River to recede so crews can repair the water pumps. But the support stacking up. Rooms full of water, clothes, and volunteers helping Beaumont get by tonight.
We had a downpour. Right. Now we have an outpour.
A resilient city for sure. Kenneth Moten joining us live now from Beaumont. Kenneth, do we know how much longer until they have drinking water?
Tom, good news. I can tell you that right behind me, these raging floodwaters, they are receding faster. But the city says it could take days or weeks before crews can inspect and repair those pumps and get safe drinking water back online. Tom?
Still the big unknown. All right, Kenneth, thank you. Next tonight to the worsening fire threat in the West. California Governor Jerry Brown just issuing a state of emergency in Los Angeles County as firefighters try to contain La Tuna fire, now the biggest fire in the history of Los Angeles. It's one of several wildfires burning in the West as firefighters battle tinderbox conditions and sweltering temperatures. ABC's Jim Wjla is in Los Angeles tonight.
And fire's right here.
A state of emergency tonight as crews battle a wildfire burning in America's second largest city.
It's the largest fire by acres within the city of Los Angeles.
For fire crews, it's an all-out assault from the air to the ground in this Burbank suburb. So far, the wildfire charring more than 5,800 acres of land, forcing more than 700 evacuations. Panic as homeowners load up cars and pets, desperate to get out.
All the memorabilia that I needed to get out is in the car.
So far in Los Angeles, 3 homes have been lost.
We've lost 3 and we had 1 damage within almost 6,000 acres of fire.
Many evacuees now allowed back home, but fire officials warning the heat and dry brush are still a threat. Tonight, the fire danger extending across the West. Dozens of fires burning across 8 states. In Oregon, an urgent mission in the mountains. That hiker and more than 100 others stranded overnight. Authorities dropping notes from helicopters warning them to shelter in place. But late this afternoon, rescue crews bring them to safety, reuniting them with family. That fire in Eagle Creek Gorge burning up to 3,000 acres.
We believed was human-caused. We don't have many specific details to share at this point, but Oregon State Police is investigating.
Tom, the heat and wind are still a threat, but firefighters believe they're beginning to get a handle on this blaze. Too late for a handful of homeowners like the one here. Tom?
We see that destruction right behind you. All right, Jim, thank you. And an update tonight after the U.S. seized 3 Russian diplomatic posts on American soil. Russian officials calling the move outrageous and releasing videos of what they describe as illegal actions by U.S. officials at those buildings. On Friday, smoke and fire spotted outside 2 of those facilities in San Francisco and Washington, D.C. The move, a direct response to Russian President Vladimir Putin's order to reduce American staff in Russia by more than 750 employees. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. We have an update on that missing college student, the tragic development, and what police say surveillance video shows. Plus, the soaring prices at the pump following Hurricane Harvey. It's not over yet, why the prices will continue to rise. And the SUV apparently out of control. What happened to those pedestrians hit by the car? Stay with us.
This is ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Mattress Firm.
Don't miss Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale, where you'll find all mattresses on sale. This Friday through Monday, get huge doorbuster deals, like 50% off a Beauty Rest Recharge mattress with pressure-relieving comfort to help you sleep perfectly. Plus, get a free